and welcome to our channel.
In today's video, we'll be enjoying dinner at one of the newest Mexican restaurants on the Las Vegas Strip, Rosa Mexicano at the Miracle Mile Shops located next to Planet Hollywood.
Famous for their elevated interpretations of beloved Mexican dishes, we're really excited to find out if this new Las Vegas location holds a candle to the hype that the New York original is known for.
So don't go anywhere as we provide you a full and honest review of Rosa Mexicano on this spicy episode of
James and Paul Try It All. Alrighty guys, we have just been sat down at a table here at Rosa Mexicano. They brought out a cute bowl of pink tortilla chips. Now if you can't tell, Rosa Mexicano's theme is definitely very pink, hence why Paul and I both decked in our pink backs, and I'm wearing my Sugar Skull shirt here. So let's tuck into the tortilla chips with the salsa. Perfect. It's really hard to screw up chips and salsa, to be honest. And this is a nice, beautiful, kind of smoky red salsa. It's not too spicy, but it's very flavorful, very robust. Very tomato forward. Nice little bit of heat from the pepper. You can see some jalapeno seeds in there. The chips are crisp, cute, perfectly salted. No complaints so far.
All right, it's my turn to go ahead and try these pink chips. Now, I just want to say how adorable these are because pink is one of my favorite colors. I'm gonna try it with this nice salsa. That's a beautiful salsa. Everything about it just screams, I'm having chips and salsa. And to be honest, I can't complain about that. Now, it is a very mild salsa. I do usually like my salsa a little bit more spicy, but for a house salsa, I will definitely say this is delightful and refreshing.
Now we've just ordered their specialty, which is going to be Tableside guacamole or guacamole and molcajete. There's this adorable little piggish molcajete right here on the table all ready for us for the guacamole to be made. And we did order some ceviche as well. So stay tuned, I'll be out shortly.
All right, everyone, my cocktail has arrived and we are going to have a spicy cucumber margarita. This is made with a humidor tequila, which is infused with jalapeno and serrano. It also has cucumber and a nice little chili rim.
This is right up your alley.
It's so up my alley. I love spicy cocktails. Give it a second. Give it a second. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely say it is a spicy cocktail. The tequila comes through nicely, and you have that nice little flavor from the jalapeno and the serrano chilies. Now, it's not overtly spicy because the cucumber cools the cocktail. This is actually quite delicious. That little ancho chili and salt rim. Oh my God.
And for my beverage tonight, I went with the Dos Equis because I'm a basic bitch. That being said, it's my favorite beer, hands down. Whether I'm eating Mexican or not, I like Dos Equis with a little bit of lime. Can't complain. I know what it tastes like. I don't need to show you on camera.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
The best Mexican lager out there, in my opinion anyway. Hey everyone, before we continue, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released. It really helps us out and helps our content be seen by more viewers just like you. Thanks so much in advance, we appreciate it.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Jalapenos, cilantro.
We love it all, you can do the whole thing out.
Okay, got it.
Alrighty guys, our tableside guac has just been prepared and our ceviche has been dropped off as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the guac. It is so chunky and thick, and I just broke my chip in it. It is so thick, there's so much there. Let's give it a bite. I think he did a tad, a little bit of too much salt in my opinion, but it's not unbearable. It's just a little heavy on the salt. There is so much other flavors working really well together. There's the tomato, the onion, the cilantro, obviously the avocado. Watching it freshly made, freshly ground up in the molcajete in front of us. I don't normally care for tableside guac. It's not normally my thing, but it is a nice way to know that that guacamole is fresh and it hasn't been taking a walk-in for 3 days.
Now, contrary to what James said about the guacamole, I will say this. I am someone that loves salt, and I like that the salt comes through with just a little bit of a punch to the guacamole. It kind of livens it up.
I would definitely recommend this. Rosa Mexicano is known for their tableside guacamole since 1984. In fact, they were one of the first restaurants in the United States to really make that a big thing. So if you come, I recommend checking it out.
Since James sampled the guacamole, I am going to sample this Ora King salmon belly ceviche. Now, you can tell there's a lot to this ceviche.
I like that they put Honeycrisp apples.
I know, like I have never heard of Honeycrisp apples being in a ceviche before. Now, we're gonna go ahead and take a taste. Wow, that's fresh. There's a lot of flavor in the ceviche. Salmon comes through nicely. You're getting the coolness from that avocado. The Honeycrisp adds a nice element to it. It's just a crisp sweetness that I haven't had in ceviche before. Everything just marries together nicely. This is an amazing ceviche.
Since Paul was so impressed with the ceviche, now I gotta give my reaction on camera as well. I'm very curious. Like I said, I cannot believe that there's Honeycrisp apples in there. I've never seen that with ceviche before. And like Paul, I don't think I've ever had salmon in ceviche. It's always more of a whitefish that I've had, or shrimp. That was amazing. Absolutely so good. The apples on that ceviche really make it.
Moments later.
All right, guys, words cannot describe adequately how I'm feeling. The presentation is just gorgeous. The steak came out under a glass cloche filled with smoke. What a beautiful presentation. And I will say, especially impressive considering it's just a New York strip. I'm not downplaying what they're doing, but like that's a lot of pomp and circumstance for a New York strip that I've never seen before, and I am here for it. Anyway, speaking of New York strip, let's go ahead. Since Paul and I are sharing everything, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut off a little chunk of that. Oh my God, look at that. That's a nice little medium rare. I mean, that's almost rare, but I will not complain. I love a rare steak. Get a little bit of the cilantro chimichurri that we got here. So this is a 16-ounce New York strip. We ordered with a cilantro chimichurri. They are a steakhouse technically, so we figured when in Vegas, you gotta do a steakhouse. A little bit of cilantro chimichurri. That cilantro chimichurri is game-changing. Game-changing. Paul, sweetheart, we need to figure out how to make that at home. It looks like there's a little bit of tomato in here as well, a little bit of onion. The New York strip has a wonderful crispy crust to it. It's seasoned perfectly, perfect salt level, absolutely a wonderful New York strip. And this was only $68, which I know a lot of you in the comments will probably be like, only $68? I get it. Higher than you might be normally paying for a New York strip. It is still Las Vegas, and compared to steakhouses in Las Vegas and in most other places in the world, in my mind, that's a pretty good price for a New York strip. But that's good. I'm gonna try a little bit of these refried black beans here that we ordered as a side. Comes with a beautiful beautiful Mexican crema. I love refried black beans. Paul makes them at home all the time. Perfectly refried. It's just like this wonderful creamy texture. The Mexican crema is delightful, adds a little bit of sharpness to it. There's some cotija, adds a little bit extra creaminess. I can eat an entire bowl of those normally. I could go on and on. Let's turn it over to Paul, because now he's got something that we're really excited to share with you.
Now, I'm excited to try these duck carnitas enchiladas. I am a huge fan of duck, so just the fact that there is duck meat rolled up into an enchilada with what looks like a mole sauce, I'm quite happy about this. Now, I can already say these enchiladas are definitely very thick, which is great, because it means that they were stuffed really well. You can clearly see the duck on the inside here. Oh my God, that is definitely a mole. I'm getting a little hints of chocolate from it. I need another bite of this. The duck comes through really well, but the mole pairs so well with this duck. Everything that you may have seen about these on social media, this is what you need to order if you love duck. Now, we're gonna go ahead and try the other side that came with the table, and that is going to be the Mexican rice. Also a little bit of cilantro on top. Let's give it a taste. because this isn't your standard rice that you would get at a normal Mexican restaurant. There's actually a little bit of like a chili flavor that gives it a little smokiness. And I will definitely say that rice is cooked perfectly. Now, when I try to make Mexican rice at home, I have issues. I can't cook rice really well. There actually is a nice little smoky chili flavor that comes through. I am definitely not mad at this at all. This is probably my favorite Mexican rice. So we're gonna go ahead and enjoy our entrees here, but we will be back with dessert in just a little bit.
All right, my friends, despite the fact that we are utterly so full we feel like we're about to pop, we've heard your demands. We know you want to see the dessert. So we went with a traditional flan, one of my absolute favorite Mexican desserts out there. Let's shut up, let's get a bite in. Oh, it is so thick. It looks so creamy. That's mind-blowing. Such a wonderful vanilla flavor to it. It's super strong too. It is bold. The nice little caramelization on top. The caramel is unbelievably strong. Almost like a burnt flavor, but it's robust and it's just fantastic. I'm regretting the fact that I don't have more room. I'm glad we ended up getting this because it's worth it.
Okay, so one thing I do want to say about that flan, normally we pass on dessert whenever we order any type of food because we're just so full, but that flan was completely tore up. We went through it, and I cannot be happier.
That was the best flan I've ever had in my life. And I've eaten a fair amount of flan. I was just saying to our fantastic server, Stephanie, I want to sneak in the back and find the recipe because I really want to make that. But that leads me to another point. Stephanie took such amazing care of us tonight. She really was exceptional. So thank you, Stephanie. If you're watching this video at any point, we really, from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate all the effort you went to tonight. You guys have a great thing going here at Rosa Mexicano. And for those of you watching, I highly encourage considering this as an option during your next Vegas vacation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now walking off that meal before we head up to our room to go to bed. That was quite an experience.
Oh, so good.
Unbelievable. Definitely a wonderful alternative to the Vegas Steakhouse. I think we both highly recommend Rosa Mexicano.
I would recommend it hands down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I will say this. You are coming there for an upscale experience.
Right. You're not going for quesadillas and nachos.
Nope.
I'd say this is a great experience. We felt it was a very reasonable cost as well. Pre-tip came to about $220-ish.
Yeah, about $224.
Yes. Granted, that is drink. That we each had a drink. We had each ordered an entree. We had 2 appetizers. We have paid so much more for dinner in Las Vegas before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And $68 for that New York strip with that level of presentation, that's a steal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That being said, we sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's episode as much as we've enjoyed eating it. If you have, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released every Saturday. And be sure to keep an eye out for Slot Play Sunday every Sunday as well. On that note, we are going to waddle our way around the Miracle Mile shops for a little bit. Thanks for watching. Until next week,
Have a great one.
have a great one.